Kozuki Momonosuke has come a long way from his introduction as a small pink dragon in Punk Hazard. Now the Shogun of Wano, he needs to prove that he can protect the country he fought so hard to lead. A Shogun's Journey. Now Momo wasn't always the hunk of a man that's currently the Shogun of Wano. Honestly, before getting sent to the future like Samurai Jack, he was actually just a sniveling kid that Kaido couldn't even believe was Oden's son. Even after going to the future, he was more of a child playing samurai than a true warrior or leader. But thanks in no small part to one Monkey D. Luffy, Momo has taken huge strides as a leader. I discussed this in detail in my video on who will lead the One Piece world through and after the final saga, so check that video out after this one. Honestly, in the Wano arc, the person who truly leads the samurai is Kinemon for the vast majority of time, while Momo mostly feels the heavy shadow of his father Oden weighing down on him. Once Momo actually does become Shogun, it is blatantly stated by the narrator that he'll be one of the greatest leaders in Wano's history, and he himself vows to surpass Oden. I don't necessarily think that this means that Momo will be physically stronger than Oden, but I think that it just means that he's going to be a better leader for the country of Wano. Oden wanted him and the vassals to open up the borders of Wano for some reason, which we learned would likely include the use of Zunisha somehow, and it would release the ancient weapon Pluton that has been dormant below Wano for centuries. Momo ultimately decided not to open the borders of Wano, which was very much to the dismay of the Gorosei. After becoming Shogun, Wano is infiltrated by Admiral Green Bull, and Momo wants to protect the country without the help of Yamato and the Strawhats. Cause at this point, he thinks Yamato is leaving with the Strawhats, and he wants to let them know that Wano will be safe, even in their absence. Even though Shanks really saves the day here, I don't think this happened for no reason, and I think that they actually will have to protect Wano at some point. Blackbeard's new intel. Caribou is finally relevant after learning about both Shirahoshi being an ancient weapon in Fishman Island and learning that the ancient weapon Pluton is below Wano. He's lucky to run into Von Augur and Katarina Devon and is likely going to use this information to leverage his way into Blackbeard's crew. Knowing Blackbeard, he's not just going to let this information on the location of two ancient weapons go to waste. It was already a widely held thought that Blackbeard was after them when he said he was going to go after something during the Wano arc, but it turns out he was actually after Boa's Devil Fruit. But Oda knew what he was doing. Now I know you might be thinking Blackbeard has his hands full with holding down Garp on Hachinosu, and I actually agree. I see Blackbeard and Kuzan staying on Hachinosu, and him sending some of his crew after the two ancient weapons. We can discuss the Fishman Island situation in another video on another day, but when it comes to Wano, I think at least two commanders will be sent, if not more. Wano is flying Luffy's flag now as his official territory, but I don't think that's going to stop Blackbeard given the fact that he was ready to intersect the entire Straw Hat crew at Winter Island. And see me? I gotta protect my country from the terror that is the YouTube algorithm, because 98% of the people watching this video are not subscribed, so I need your help to reach my goal of 1,000 subs by the end of the year. So sub to the channel, let your opinion be known in any of the daily community polls, and like the video so it can be shared with others who might like it too. The potential of Momo's fruit. Momo ate the artificial devil fruit that Dr. Veapunk had made that was a replica of Kaido's fruit. Momo's control over his devil fruit grows and grows over the course of the post-time skip, as he starts off not being able to transform on command or transform back for that matter, and uses his flame clouds in his introduction by accident. By the end of the Wano arc, Momo is able to transform at will into his full dragon form and created enough flame clouds to save Wano from being crushed by Onigashima. We even see him shooting off some blast breaths at Green Bull, so I believe with Yamato's training, he'll be even better by the next time we see him. Now the one thing we haven't seen yet is Momo's hybrid form, which I'm sure will get a badass double page spread the next time he's featured in a battle. And that battle will be against none other than the Blackbeard crew. Now, like I said before, I don't think this will be against Blackbeard himself, but he and his vassals will have to fend off some of Blackbeard's commanders at the very least. In the Egghead Island arc, we see Veapunk refer to the fruit as a failure, but that's only because Momo is pink and not blue like Kaido. But an often overlooked panel is when Dr. Veapunk is talking about how he made the green blood for the Seraphim so they could have paramecia powers, and he also mentions the fact that he did create Momo's fruit as his own, but he's not sure at this time whether it can be awakened. I don't think Oda would put this line in here unless we would 1000% see Momo use Awakening at some point. Now, I really know what you're thinking right now. We don't even know if we saw Kaido use Awakening, and he's had his Devil Fruit for decades, while Momo's had his for just a few short months. But here's the thing, we're in the final saga, baby! So it's gonna happen. I'm not sure what the exact logistics will be, but I know it'll play a pivotal role in his ability to protect his country and the ancient weapon Pluton.